people weren't jumping at talking the hardest.
Yeah,
I'm actually slapping people.
Wake up.
Are you mad, bro?
I saw someone tweet, I saw these men screaming when they saw Meek. Bro, I could potentially be, I'm Meek.
No. I wouldn't be able to do this podcast with you if you was that
bro,
kind of
what
guy.
do you mean?
No, that's mad. What do you mean I'm Meek? And he's just walking past you?
Like, I'm Meek,
no,
bro.
That gives me the ick. Did you see Digger gave like his whole entourage a rollie?
Yeah.
What do you think of stuff like that?
You're gonna have to feed the wolves, fam. Dr. Umar, he married 2 women at the same time.
Me personally, 1 woman is enough headache for a lifetime. But I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think that you can date outside of your race and still be pro-black?
Like the person you love the most is not black, but then you're saying you're pro-black. You wanna see me tonight?
You can't sing, bro. Stop trying to sing.
Don't do that because we're recording now. That's so childish.
It's not childish though.
But you know,
it's my opinion. It's my opinion.
That's actually childish, Sav. Honestly, you know I can sing and you know where it is in it. So for you to do that at the top of the pod is actually is kind of mad still.
I'm giving you my humble opinion.
So you honestly think I can't sing? Exactly.
Not really.
Exactly.
Not really. Like, you know, like people that try really hard. You wanna see me tonight? No. All Lily spilled the drink.
That's just childish. Why are you wearing a hat today, by the way?
Because I ain't had a trim in a minute. They're not ready for that.
No, but I thought you said that. Oh, no matter what your trim is,
that I'm here to shoot.
No, but
no matter
you said
what my trim is, I'm here to shoot.
See,
all right, you see.
Don't flip it.
You see what I'm saying?
Don't flip it. Why are you wearing your hat backwards though? Are you in
Shut up,
America?
man. Huh?
Why are you wearing your hat backwards?
So I feel like it.
We're in the UK.
Okay. Don't do that to me, because I actually embrace our culture. You don't even know half of the people that exist in our culture, bro.
What does that mean?
You just listen to Meek Mill and Future and
what's
Travis Scott and Young Thug and all these people.
That's got nothing to do with embracing culture.
You don't even know what pot of paper is, do you?
Of course I do. He's that artist that came out of bin recently, and he had
Name one of his tunes.
What's his thing that this
Poor.
No, wait.
You see what I'm saying? Any real person that listens to
Training Day 3.
That's not one of his tunes.
That's his the last piece of album, the work of art. That was the last thing that he done. That he
the
put
fact
out.
that he stumbled through that says everything.
People like AJ at Wembley.
You saw him at Wireless do that, and now you know the lyric.
No.
Don't piss me off.
No, he's hard. He's actually really good. I just don't know the name of his tracks like that.
Potter's actually like one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Really?
Sick.
Have you been listening to him from early?
Yeah. If you take him Potter, not just him now, but his journey.
Yeah. You're
talking about like a rapper's rapper. You know, like other rappers will be like, no, my man is hard.
Yeah.
Potter is, I urge you, if you haven't delved into his work,
I urge you,
yeah. I implore you.
Yeah.
You understand?
To listen to Potter, yeah.
Different gravy.
No, I'll actually, on the journey home, I'll take in his album.
Taking Training Day 3.
Yeah.
And then when you hear that, go take in the other training days. Because
I watched a little doc about, well, I didn't watch it. I saw a clip of him. I think the doc that he done for Link Up when he was talking about his music journey and him realizing when he was in bin that like he needs to. I think he said he spoke to one of the other artists that was in at the time.
Yeah.
And they was just like, yeah, you need to be on it. But I feel like don't you think it's interesting that like we've just accepted that a lot of obviously the UK artists, when they rap about certain things, that going to bin is going to be a part of their reality. But it's like they go in, they come out, and then they'll release madness, and it's just like, oh yeah, like I needed to go through that. And
it's almost like it's part of the process, isn't it? It's just part of the journey. But I think it's a shame they've got to do it. But at the same time, there's an argument to be made.
They're living the life that they talk about.
Well, it's that, but there's also an argument to be made that actually it benefits them to an extent. Because a lot of people will look at somebody that's just come out of jail and think, oh, okay, so he's actually a real guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could kind of say there's a beneficial element, even though it's a weird way of putting it, but there's a beneficial element to go into bin and coming out. Because then you'll get a new audience. Oh, wow, my man actually come out of jail. And people have got this weird obsession with jail. Weird obsession.
No, but I've been saying that, like, in terms of the UK in general.
Yeah.
All the gossip pages and all of that stuff, like, when someone goes to bin or they're getting arrested or something, it's like, ding, ding, like, look who's going to bin today.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, calm down. This isn't a good thing.
I know, bro. It's almost, it's okay, it's not celebrated, yeah, but it's almost No, it's not even that. It's almost glamorized. It is glamorized.
Yeah, 100.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go to jail, it could be for the most minute thing. If you've got a mugshot, you're that guy.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Do you think it's because of the movies though? Like just movies in general?
I think it's partly because we look up to, like, for example, you, yeah? Not even in a mad way, but you're the perfect example. People in the UK love American culture. They love it, right? And part of American culture, when it comes to rap, is people going to jail, coming out and doing well.
Wait, so when did I tell you that I love American culture?
No, it's not. You don't have to tell me anything. I could just go on your playlist. There's no British rappers.
No, there is now. There is now.
Who? Little Sims?
J Hus has always been there.
He's not a rapper. Sorry. He's an artist. He's UK artist. He's not a rapper.
Okay, Gets is there.
Gets is an MC. He's not a rapper.
See, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
There's a difference between grime and rap.
Okay, so who's a rapper then?
Pot of Paper.
And who
Joe
else?
Black. Squeaks. Scraps. Nines. Fredo. They're rappers.
There's some nines in there. You see the stars in the rave, you make a body misbehave.
The fact that he sung when referencing the Nines song says, hey, oh.
No, but that's the actual track that is high up on my playlist, bro. Like, that's a big tune. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But I hear you though. But yeah, them man, I've not really taken in like that, innit? But yeah, no, I hear you to a certain extent about the American culture and going to bin and stuff like that, and the UK kind of accepting it to a certain extent. But yeah, it's interesting.
It is. I hope eventually we get to the point. You know, actually, no, forget that. It's not even eventually. I feel like we are kind of at a point now where you don't need to have a whole heap of street cred in order to make it in a scene.
Do you think that? Though?
Yeah. RD, H, flipping. Who else? There's so many.
But them man don't.
There's so many artists who have not got.
Them man don't talk like that.
Dave.
But Dave he talks about it, and
he's not actually got. But he might be around it, but he's not the guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even being around it is enough. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, that's enough.
No, but
being around it is enough.
But H&M man, they don't talk like that.
No, they just chat about gal and that. But you couldn't do that back in the day.
True.
When it was coming out that, I'm trying to think of artists from previous years. Cool. For example, people like Tion Wayne, who's still relevant to this day. But when he was coming out, people forget this geezer's been in the game for over a decade. Right? Don't laugh.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be childish.
He's been in the game for over a decade.
Yeah.
When he was coming out in 2010, it was imperative that you had street cred. There was no way around it. If you didn't have street cred, why are you rapping? Do you know what I'm saying? That's just the world that we live in. Well, no longer live in.
I feel you.
We telling me anyway. It's been a tumultuous beginning to this podcast.
Tumultuous. You're using words today.
What, you think I'm not a
You're
wordsmith?
using words today.
You think I'm not a wordsmith?
Go on, say another one then.
Tumultuous.
Well, I said another one, not tumultuous again. But yeah, no, my week's been calm, to be fair. I've worked and I've done a really good shoot today, actually.
Yeah.
With Mel Pender. You probably never heard of him.
Do you know what? The reason I had heard of him is because I used to work on the Olympic YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Did you not?
Nah.
Yeah, the first ever job that I had in YouTube was with the Olympics.
How old were you when you did that?
17.
Wow, so you've really been in this
I've been in the scene
for
bro.
a long time.
I've been in the game. Yeah, I've been in the game. That's where I met Horner.
Wavy.
That's where I met Horner. So anybody who's watching from the Snap Show, the white geezer that I do snap with.
You always say it.
Yeah. That's how I met him.
Wavy. No, so you know Mel Pender, his story is wavy, bro.
Mad.
Like, I did an interview with him today and it was just like I think it was one of the best interviews I've ever done. Like, just into, I didn't even have to speak too much. Yeah. It was just his story, and like it got to a place where it was so emotional, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I've never felt that way in an interview. So I was just like, wow, this is a new experience. So yeah, apart from that though, football, you know what I mean? Arsenal won their first game. You happy about that? You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Norwich. It's Norwich. Like, what do you want me to say? Yeah, all whoop-de-doo. We won a Premier League match.
Nah, it's good. You're not getting relegated, innit? But yeah, no, you won your first game. Where Lukaku's doing bits.
Lukaku's really annoying me.
Nah, he's just hard.
He's cold.
You can't say anything.
He's cold.
You can't say anything else about him, innit?
Nothing to be said.
But that's it. That's it for me, really. Gym and the other stuff. Nothing.
Oh, you been going gym, yeah?
Don't say
I didn't
that.
notice.
Because I inspired you to go gym. Without me, your new form wouldn't have been your new form, innit?
Big cap. That's massive cap, bro.
I've got clips of your first gym session at the gym.
Mine's
when
my
we were
first gym session.
At
I
the
was going
when
gym
we were
before you were
Oxford
born.
Circus. Don't do that. I'm older than you. The Oxford Circus, your old form, to where you are now. We can do it before and after.
We can do that if you fancy, but I was going gym before that.
Okay. But I wasn't really doing much. You know them man that just want to flex for no reason.
But it wasn't really doing much when I was going with you either. Because I was only going like twice a week, 3 times a week. It's not going to do anything.
That was down to you though, because I was doing 5 days a week.
Yeah, I know. Still didn't have much to show for it, but that's besides the point.
That's just not the truth though, is it? You're dumb. What was your week saying though?
My week was all right, man.
Yeah.
I've just been holding grief from the football side of things.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's to be expected. I've been giving it out as well.
Yeah. Who you giving it to?
United lost to Young Boys in the Champions League. That is very poor.
Would you have
G, I'm looking at you. Yeah, we got Georgia in the house today.
G.
Big up, G, fam. I'm looking at you right now. Man United lost to Young Boys.
But you would have lost as well.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Aubameyang would have smoked them.
What? What? Aubameyang's not doing anything. That guy's just trying to live a lavish lifestyle in
Bro,
London.
don't talk. Arsenal is not even in any competition right now. No conversation. We're not talking about that team.
Okay. What else?
But my
What
week was calm.
else were you doing this week?
Mainly editing. If you didn't know, I edit this. I also edit the Snap show that goes out every week, every 3 days on Snap. So mainly that, to be honest with you. My week was a little bit boring, bro.
You didn't really get up to much.
Nah, it's more this weekend that this stuff is happening. Going strawberries and cream.
Yeah, come on.
But other than that, just taking in everything that's been going on.
There's been, I would say it's been a quieter week in terms of like the world, like nothing controversial, but there's been a few topics that have come up again recently. One of the main ones that we actually haven't spoke about is the sha'carri. What's that? Sha'carri Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
That situation of her talking all that smoke, coming last. And then like the world reacting, and then obviously her doing the video, doing the interview after saying that you ain't gonna forget me. I'm gonna be here. I'm still the fastest 6th woman in the world. Like how do you actually feel about that? Because I don't know. People have been saying recently that she needs to switch it up basically and stop the confidence thing and trying to be OTT with it. Obviously she got done for smoking weed, and they said you can't run. Then she lost miserably. Do you think she needs to switch it up or?
No, I don't think she needs to switch it up. Be who you are, innit? Just be prepared that people will take the piss out of you if you lose. It's like smack talk in boxing. If you smack talk somebody when you're at a press conference, right, and then you get into the ring and the guy smokes you,
Yeah.
you said what you said. You have to be prepared for the backlash. Let me just start by saying, yard gal to the world and back.
Yeah, come on. They did their thing still.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though, when that happened, like one thing I didn't like and why I think that this might be something that she does have to change, because obviously she's quite young. Like there were people tweeting about the Jamaican team and saying some mad stuff, and she was like liking it, and it was like you lost to them very badly.
Yeah.
So be even if like Conor McGregor is perfect example. When he talks smack, he talks smack.
Yeah.
But when he loses, I hold my hands up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He beat me or I broke my leg, whatever. It is what it is. But with her, the way she was talking after is that I get it. You want to be the confident girl. You want to do your hair. All of that. No one's telling you to stop that. And I think if people tell her to stop that, then it's wrong, innit? But that side of things where it can turn a bit toxic and turn people turning against her won't look as mad, because she actually was like kind of feeding into the negativity that people are pushing towards the Jamaican team, and I didn't feel that side of it.
I think the issue that you face when you don't have humility in defeat is that people will start to look at you like, "Rah, she's a sore loser." Like nobody likes a sore loser. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody enjoys the build up to some big event, right? You gave Conor McGregor as the perfect example, because in every loss of his, he's been humble. Other than the most recent one, yeah.
But he broke his leg. That's a bit different.
I know, but at the same time, he was losing anyway.
Yeah.
So just settle, hold a seat. And you get me, regroup and come again, like you have the other times. But I'm not somebody who ever says somebody should conform to the way other people do things. Sha'carri Richardson is in a sport where you don't earn a lot of money. Right?
Really?
Yeah, unless you've got really big endorsements, you're not going to earn loads and loads of money as a track athlete, right? You might do if you're the upper echelon, Mo Farah, Usain Bolt, people who've got massive social following.
Shelly Ann.
Yeah, but if you don't have that sort of following, it's going to be really hard for you to make money out of endorsements because they're not going to offer you the big bucks. So using your personality and getting to a stage where, what are you laughing at? I don't quite understand.
No, I almost choked. It got mad still. That was mad, bro. But yeah, carry on. sorry, carry on.
You got to use the tools that you have in your toolbox, and one of her tools is her personality.
Yeah, facts.
So the more she talks trash and wins, you got to win as well. But the more you talk trash and win, the more brands will be coming for you. So just be you in it. Just make sure you're also showing some sort of humility when you're losing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. What's her name? Elaine Thompson, Shelly Ann Fraser. Can't remember the other one. Bad gal.
Yeah. She came last, bro.
Last. It's not even like you came fourth.
She came like it looked
last
like
place.
it looked like she was moving in slow motion.
Slow mo
at some point.
She looked like she was wearing jeans.
Yeah, nah, it was mad, bro.
She's wearing jeans.
But she'll bounce back still. I feel like she'll bounce back. But
jeggings.
Yeah.
That's what she looked like. Okay, stop running in jeggings, love.
But it's about the mentality, like you said. If she has the right mentality and feeds into like, okay, I talk this smack, let me actually try and be the best. And to be the best, she's gonna have to do a madness, bro. Elena, she's coming like a female Usain, like not on, like it's not even a joke. Like she's fast,
she's
like
fast,
faster than fast in it. So she's gonna have to come on some serious smoke in it.
Yeah, she has to. I can see her doing it. She's still young. At the end of the day, she's got time to progress in her career. She just has to make sure she focuses on the right things, because you can have all the talent in the world. Talent and hard work is what creates greatness. You can't have talent. You like that, innit?
Yeah, that was good.
You can't have talent and expect greatness without hard work.
That's facts.
That's facts. So
still.
I came in and spitting facts today.
Yeah, no, that was good still. I'm not even going to say anything about that. Another thing that happened, I wouldn't even say the community's like, I was going to say the community's something, but I don't even know what to call him.
What?
Dr. Umar. What is he to the community? What is he to the black community? What is he? What is he?
I don't know what he is. He's a guy. I don't know.
He's a pro-black.
I guess you could call him a black activist to an extent.
Yeah.
But he's got some interesting, to say the least, theories about how black people should lead their lives.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more famous one is that he thinks that, inter-ethnicity couples should not exist.
Yeah.
Which is a mad thing.
Yeah.
But
that's coming from a pro-black perspective, innit? Like,
do you know what? Yeah.
Do you get? It's a mad topic, but do you get the idea?
I'm gonna ask you a question, because I've asked many people this question. I'm interested to know what you think. Do you think that you can date outside of your race and still be pro-black?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure, because you've got to understand what pro-black is, and I don't even know if I get it to the full extent. But I used to be the one that's saying, yeah, of course. But then I had a conversation with one of my friends, and it was like, started saying a few things like that describe someone that is pro-black and for black people, not just for the community, but within yourself as well, and the struggle, all of that stuff. And it's like, I was like, that makes sense a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I hear it, but then again, I'm like, I don't really know how solid it is. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough. I do get it though. I get the fact that if you're pro-black and you're not with a black partner, like, isn't that a bit contradictory? Like, the person you love the most is not black, but then you're saying you're pro-black.
I hear what you're saying, and I can understand why people may feel that way. But I also feel like there are some white people who are more pro-black than black people.
But then
so you might be.
That's still not the point, though.
No, I understand it's not the point. But let's say you were with a black person who was not pro-black. Are you still pro-black?
But it's not. But I hear you. But that's not the point, and that's what's crazy, because you can be with whoever you want.
Yeah.
But it's the idea of black love, black positivity, black everything.
Yeah.
So if that's what pro-black is, then you can't tell me you're pro-black and then you're not with someone that's black. Like, do you get what I'm saying? That's where he's coming from. And it's like, I understand to a certain extent, but I don't understand. I don't think it's realistic, because like you said, there are people from other ethnicities that care more for black people than other races, innit? Like, but it's just like, it's...
Yeah, like for example, it's almost been a trend, yeah? Not a trend, actually. It's been widely understood that many black men don't want to be with black women, right? And I've never understood it, but there's almost like some slander towards black women within the male community, which I find weird, because your mum's black, your auntie's black, your sister's black, or your cousins are black, but you say, I could never be with one of these angry black women. What are you talking about, bro?
Weird, though,
you're reinforcing the stereotype that the other races are putting onto us.
But you're
justifying it.
But do you also understand that because that's all they know, it's almost as if, and I don't want to take it deeper, because I don't even know if it's
we'll be here forever if we take it deeper.
But it's almost as if you've seen a trauma, like let's say you're a black man, you've grown up around black women, you've seen the trauma that they go through, all of the things that they go through, and you're like, they don't want a part of that. It's like, I think it's deeper. Like, I want to actually have a conversation with someone that thinks like that, because I know of people that are definitely, and I know you know people that are like, I don't want to be with a black woman, and I think that is strange, because every race, just a woman's a woman, innit? But everyone comes with whatever drama you think it is. Like. But anyway, back to Dr. Umar. I don't want to go into that too tough. He married 2 women at the same time. He got married. I saw a video of him proposing. I don't know if he proposed, but he went on one knee while he was at the wedding. I don't know if he married one and then he proposed to the other on the same day.
I can't lie, I didn't tune into it because I find him strange.
Yeah, he's very strange.
He's a strange guy, Dr. Umar, yeah. He's living life though.
Yeah, but he's just weird.
2 women. Me personally, 1 woman is enough headache for a lifetime. 2 of them, I don't know why you would even think to do that.
But I feel that people that are in those, what's it called,
polyamorous, polygamous, polygynous, I don't know.
What is it? Polygamy.
Polyamorous.
That I feel like they've got a different mindset. I think there must be less drama with those type of women for you to get with them, because bro, that is mad.
It's very, very, very mad. Is it even legal? Is it legal to marry 2 women? I don't think it is, bro.
Is it legal?
I don't think it's legal, fam. Because I'm pretty sure in this country, you can only be married to 1 person at a time. Maybe there's different states in America where you can be married to 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, do you know what? I'm going to give you the lowdown on this. One of my great uncles, man like Rex was his name, he was an interesting character. He lived in America and tried to marry 2 women at the same time. Couldn't do it because you can't be married to 2 people at the same time. Now, I know that was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure that still stands to this day. Yeah.
And
how does it even work?
To be fair, the ceremony did look a bit rebo, like it looked a bit strange in it. It looked like it was a farce. Like he was trying to get some form of attention or something, because it looked very strange in it. But Dr. Umar, I saw it and I was like, I got to bring it up because it is a bit weird.
I do hear it still.
But another thing that I was thinking of was, did you see the Black to Front that Channel 4 done?
I haven't watched that.
But do you get what they were
I get what they're doing.
Like literally all the shows, I think adverts had more black people in it. The people behind the camera there was more black people. And yeah, obviously there was a lot of positive feedback. Obviously it's good to us. I'll just say the generic info. It's good for the community, some people getting opportunities, being on screen, having the opportunity to do certain shows that they may have not had if not for, I think it's called Black to Front. Black to Front, yeah. So how do you feel about that?
It almost feels a little bit like you've handed a kid a shiny toy to take their attention away from the more important something that's happening at that time.
Yeah.
You know what people do, parents do when their kid, they just want to distract them for a minute. Hold this, oh look, this is nice, this is proper shiny and sweet and nice, da 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 da. Then the parent comes back. Like people are handing us something for us to feel like, oh, this is great, this is amazing. Yeah. No way, it's a step in the right direction. It's just a day of black programming. For me, it's almost the same as Black History Month. Morgan Freeman once said something very profound. An interviewer asked him, what are your thoughts on Black History Month? He said, I don't like it. I don't like Black History Month. Interviewer said, why? It's celebrating your history. He said, well, why would you demote my history to a month of the year? Only a month during the year you want to celebrate my history. For me, it's the same thing. You're going to give us a day. You're going to give us a day, yeah? Oh, nice one, man. Really appreciate it. Cheers, bro.
No.
And you expect us to be really happy about it.
I feel you still. You're coming with some quotes and deep thoughts today. Is it because you're wearing all black or like what's going on, bro?
This has been on a regular basis.
No, that's not.
I just had to give them the surface level Sav on the first couple of episodes.
No, that's real. That's real stuff still, and it's similar to what I thought because I had a few conversations with people about it, and obviously on surface level it looks good. Do you know what I mean? Like, people getting opportunities to front shows that they would have never fronted, and people promoting like black talent, black positivity. Yeah. But at the same time, when I see things like that, it's almost as if it's not a slap in the face because that's a bit harsh, but it's like, we know you can do more. Do you know
what you mean by slap in the face?
And it's like it's like you've given us, let's say someone's won $1 million because these companies are worth billions, millions. Someone's worth, they've won $1 million and they give you a bag, but they didn't tell you how much they made. And it's like, you'll be like, oh, thank you so much. I didn't know that this was, but really and truly, you could have given me $500,000. You could have set up the black community for the next 5 years and not just use people that will give you that exposure and know, because you know the people that you're using, everyone's going to see it and be like, wow, this is amazing, and not taking anything away from the opportunities that some of the people got. But at the same time, there's black talent all over the place. It's not just certain people because you know it will get that exposure or whatever. Like, it's like, how can you can do this, but what's the 10-year plan?
Yeah, I agree. There's not enough longevity in what it is that they're trying to do. Again, I want to just highlight something you said. This is not to take away from anything that the people that were involved in it did, because it's an amazing opportunity, and I understand why all of them said yes to doing it.
I would take it, fam. I would take it. I'll post it everywhere.
Of course, you would. And like you said, there was positive elements to it. It's just that it just feels a little bit like, I don't know, it doesn't hit. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't hit, bro. Like, I understand what they're trying to do. It just doesn't hit for me. That's just my personal opinion.
No, I agree. And I think we're so used to the talk of we're stepping in the right direction and is one step forward. And it's like, there's so much that could be done, and I think that's why it's almost hard to kind of talk about things like this to a certain extent, because it's like no one has the actual solution. No, everyone's just working it out as we're going along.
100%.
But when you see certain things happening, it's like, this was a great gesture, like almost everything that you see in the UK. But it's like, I almost want to hear about certain things that are gonna be, it's like, everlasting or long lasting. Like, we're doing this today, but this is gonna be okay. We've done 12 shows today, and we're just highlighting the new shows that we're gonna bring to you in the next 5 years on different days. And these people have got these year contracts or whatever. We're gonna bring more people in that don't necessarily just have the exposure that you want, but people that we believe in, the talent that we see. Not just getting people like influencers or whatever just because you think, oh yeah, like I need this to be out right now, and I need people to know that Channel 4 are doing bits for the black community. And that's almost how it feels. There's been a lot of gestures over this last year from different companies that you can see and say, you'll almost be wrong to ridicule it, because it's like it's something, but it's because they know we're so used to nothing that you almost have to be like, you know what, thank you. But the reality is, these companies are worth so much, bro.
Gesturing is the right word. Like, a gesture is just a gesture, right? For me personally, I don't like the feeling of watching something or even being involved in something where I feel like they're doing it so that they can tick a box. You've basically done it in order to feel better about yourself. It's in the same way, not to say that we're begging, but it's in the same way some people give beggars 20 quid. Oh, I'm a great person.
Yeah.
I'm a fantastic person. I've given a guy a tenner. He can go get a hot meal. But bro, what are you doing? You're not actually doing anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, you don't know where that £10 going. You just thrown a tenner away to feel as if you're a great guy, right? Sometimes I feel as if the bigger corporations do the same thing. They give us these little, like I said, shiny toys. They say, yeah, hold that. We're great. Look, we're inclusive. I hate that word, bro. Inclusive. What?
I didn't even.
Wait. What are you including us in?
Yeah.
What are you including us in?
But it's like, that's what I'm saying. No one has the answer, bro. You've been on cool. We've been on so many different. We've seen so much in this industry where you're like, even if you think you have the answer, the reality of it is so much harder because of the people that are involved, the people that need educating, the people that actually need to fully understand the struggle that may never even understand. You know, when you get that one person that is that gets it to a certain extent, because what you said about getting opportunities because you're black, let's just put it simple. I've said this multiple times that when people do things like that, I think the worst part about it is when they say, we're giving you this opportunity because we think you're great. When the reality is, we know that you're missing out, or you need diversity and you need to tick a box. I would prefer you to say, you know what? You're good at your job, but also we need someone to fill this gap because we're struggling with this. Just be real, be honest. And I think that that's what people have been calling for ever since that last year. Honest conversations about all of the stuff that has been happening, all of this. I won't even say, because Black to Front, I don't know who fronts it or whatever. I don't know who is behind it. All I see is the people that are on the shows, and I know people personally that are doing the shows, and it's like, well done, you're doing well.
100%
You've built your platform to a point where they've seen that. But it's not even about them to a certain extent. It's about after. It's about what it means. What can be like if they're giving you that, what can come from that? Do you know what I mean?
The buck should not stop there.
Yeah.
What we doing next? What's next? What else are we doing? There's got to be more. It can't just be a day of black programming and then everyone goes home happy. It don't work like that. So again, I don't want to knock what it is that they did, because it in itself is not a bad thing. It's not inherently bad. It's just that there needs to be more. And that's not a problem. We shouldn't be feeling weird for asking or demanding more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas I feel like oftentimes as black people, we kind of sit back and think, oh, well, I've kind of got a lot and I shouldn't expect that because a lot of us don't get much. No. Yeah. That, you know what I'm saying? Move forward in everything. All the big corporations have, like you say, the financial means and everything else that comes with it in order to better the situation of black people. They just don't do it. You feel me?
Yeah, nice. But it's a journey, innit? Like I think with certain things, it's like, okay, cool, it's nice. But let's just see. I don't necessarily like, that's the aim, innit? We want to be able to be in positions where we can actually have those real conversations with the people that are at the top of these media companies, all of these places, where we can actually say like this gesture was great, and you might think, because they might think in themselves like we've really done a good job. Do you know what I mean? The amount of people that they put on, they'll think it's good because they've never even done that. But then it's deeper, because it's almost as if they don't understand on the wider scale the power that they have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a power that they can really, like, bro, someone tweeted something like, this just shows you how much black talent is in the UK, how much we can actually produce, how much we can do. And it's like, yeah, we've been that's almost okay. It's a showcase now. So you know that we've got this. What's next?
100%. I agree with what you're saying. However, I think we need to stop looking to extraterrestrial. We need to stop looking to terrestrial TV for our answers. Yeah. Channel 4, BBC, ITV, they don't have the answers, bro. It's about having things that are black owned, in my opinion. I don't think that there's going to be a time where you have 10 white men at the top of a company who are thinking, yeah, we need to do loads for black people. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's real.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And we need to stop pretending that it's going to happen. We need to be in a situation where we're creating our own platforms, which is why, bro, I know you're not the biggest fan of it or whatever, but Blue Therapy was the prime example. You had a show, was it weekly or bi-weekly?
I think it's bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly show that was doing 1 million views per episode off the back of it, just independency.
But that's also another thing with our community, and I don't.
We thrive off toxicity.
Toxicity.
I knew you was gonna say that, but here's the thing,
bro.
We don't have to,
bro. Shout out Ben and what he's doing with Make It Common, but these man, they're real discussions. Do you know what I mean? And they're talking about real things, topics, getting people that want to be involved in these conversations online. Yeah. And I'm not saying that necessarily you got I'm not that guy. If you don't like the content, fair enough, but it's a trend of toxic content being embraced by the community, bro. And it's like, I hear it because we all love, like, do you know what I mean? We all love a story or something that you can discuss in your group chat or whatever. But then how do we grow? Like,
I hear what you're saying, but there also has to be a representation of every genre that exists within terrestrial TV.
But why
anyway.
But why do we just like?
But listen to what I'm saying, fam. Everyone complains about the underrepresentation of black people on Live Island. Again, this is reality TV. Blue Therapy is reality TV. That's just another genre of content that exists within terrestrial television and on digital platforms. So if we were in a situation or in a position to create more black-owned channels on YouTube, and if there was to be, I know it's a weird thing to say, but a terrestrial black-owned channel, then you can
like
start
Trouble.
Like
Trouble back in the day. Even that, it was called Trouble. I don't know why they called it Trouble, and it was all the black
Trouble
programs. Bro, they called it Trouble, bro. That's mad.
It's like sometimes I just wonder what goes into certain people's thinking. And this is not to knock YouTube, by the way, but YouTube Black.
Yeah, come on.
You can do better. There's a better name for it than that.
No, as in,
there's way better names for it than that.
Me and G have spoke about that a few times, bro.
YouTube Black, just for anyone who doesn't understand, every year YouTube do this almost gathering of young black content creators on YouTube.
Don't cancel us though.
No, don't cancel us.
Because we'll be there. We'll still be there. But you come on.
There's better names for it. You know what I'm saying? Better names for it.
It's a straight, direct YouTube Black. Black. It's just. But I don't. Like, the thing is, I hear sometimes you have to like try and get into the minds of the creators and be like, they just wanted to hit the nail on the head. So you know what, we're gonna call it YouTube Black.
But bro, there's hitting the nail on the head and it's just mad.
Yeah.
YouTube Black.
And
I hear it.
It's stuck as well. But no, we need to do an actual pod on that conversation because
we can't. That we need a full hour for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's deeper. But on a lighter note, though,
yeah,
I don't even know this is a lighter because this pastor, he's a very interesting dude.
Go on.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Pastor Toby is in the news again, yeah. But it's not even in the news. I saw someone on someone's story. He was on Link Up TV. They done one video of people getting drip and all this stuff. And obviously they shouted Pastor Toby. He was putting his designer, all of this stuff. And there was a segment where he was like showing them a bag or whatever, or an LV bag or something, and then he just randomly started swearing, and he was like, "Oh, nah, pastor shouldn't be saying that." So sorry. He said a few words and he said sorry, and I was just thinking, is this guy taking a mick out of us? Like, are you actually trying to tell me that you are a pastor? I'm not expecting perfection. Don't get it twisted.
No, of course.
But bro, you're on a show talking about drip. Don't even know if you mentioned God because I didn't watch the whole thing. But then you're swearing. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that guy anymore, you know?
Bro, I don't know how much there is to say about him. And as much as I understood what he was trying to say in the few interviews I have watched of him, I find it difficult to watch interviews with him in. Because my mum's a reverend. Yeah. My mum. Yeah.
That's wavy, man.
My mum's a minister of religion.
Oh, what a
so
legend.
I know what a pastor looks like, yeah, acts like, behaves like. He's not doing it. But who are we to say anything at the same time?
You don't want to be that judge. You don't want to judge.
You don't want to be that judgmental. But there are certain lines that I believe shouldn't be crossed.
Don't cross it,
And
man.
also, there's something that doesn't quite sit right with me when a pastor has exponentially more wealth than the people in his congregation. It doesn't sit right with me. Because in my opinion, the people that you were there preaching to and so-called helping, you're not. Because half of the stuff that you have at your disposal is because of them, right?
Yeah.
You're rich because of your congregation.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
I always think that that's a difficult conversation.
No, it very much is, and I know that's a divisive thing for me to say, but that's
no,
always been my opinion.
I hear it though. But it's like, I think that's almost not old-fashioned, but it's like expecting it to be like how it was back in the day. Like Jesus would give his clothes off the back of what he's wearing and just give it to his people if they needed clothes, or if he's drinking, he'll give it to them. So that's the idea. That idea of what's mine is yours, whatever. So now in this day and age, it's like when a pastor's driving a Rolls Royce or he's wearing lubes and that.
Of Rolls Royces.
Yeah, and it's just I hear it.
A fleet.
It is interesting still. It is interesting. I don't really when people say it, because a few people have said like, why, not even just Pastor Toby, but just pastors in general, because there's a few pastors that are up but their churches are doing well, but because of that they're very up, living in mill houses and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, it's like, but almost can you not see it as like a company? Like if you're a pastor and it's like you're the head of the church and your church is doing well, you're going to reap the benefit of it because you're like a main shareholder or one of the reasons it's doing so well. And that doesn't mean that they're not giving or they're not helping their congregation.
I do understand. I just don't agree. I just don't agree. If it's me and I was the pastor, there's no way I'm living in £1 million house and having people coming to me with confessions about the way they can't feed their kids. It wouldn't sit right with me. There's nobody that can come to me and say to me, Pastor, I'm struggling this week because I can't put food on the table for my kids and this and that, and I'm driving back to my £1 million home in a Lamborghini. How does that work? That don't sit right.
No, I feel you still. I think you should be a pastor still. And I was laughing because you say pastor, bro. It's pastor.
Okay.
It's pastor.
I say pastor. I'm not from America.
But it's pastor.
Okay.
You should be one. Though.
Pastor.
I think with the way, even some of the quotes that you said today, and your heart to give and to like help people. Honestly, you might have to follow in Mumsy's
When you have a mum
still.
like mine, you have no other option but to be this way.
But that's what I'm saying. It might be your calling.
I'm not a pastor, bro. I will never be able to pastor. I will never be able to be anything other than clean-hearted because of who my mum is. Yeah, but this is not me saying that, you know, reverends and ministers of religion and pastors are not clean-hearted. It's not me saying that. It's just I couldn't do it. It doesn't sit right.
But that's why they might need you.
Nah.
You might be that chosen one that is for the people, and you just give and give anything that you get. You just give, and I see that in your character, and it's good.
No, but bro, we can't go into religion because we will just be here forever.
Yeah, no,
but
we will.
what I will say, one last thing on it is, when it comes to religion, the thing that I try my hardest to lead my life by, and I'm not a religious person, but there is one thing that's always stuck with me, and it's do unto others as you would want done unto yourself.
Yeah.
And if
Preach,
everyone lived life like that, the world would be a better place.
Reals. Preach, man.
So you wasn't expecting this version
you're
of me
coming
today.
on some holy. Hey, Pastor Sam in the building. Damn, dog. Damn.
Come on,
I might have to clip that out and just use it as a little sermon. Put the music behind it with the pianist playing.
With the organ and that.
Yeah. But yeah, now let's go on to the main thing that we wanted to talk about anyway,
bro.
because it's obviously it's to do with music because of what happened, wireless, everything. Yeah. But I was upset, bro, and I didn't go wireless. G went wireless. She went to. She went one of the
Mad
days.
thing.
I was upset.
Yeah.
One of the biggest reasons why I was upset is that there's a few things. I didn't go, one, when Meek was performing, even though I seen him perform, but I wanted to see him again because he cancelled his show like a pagan. We'll get into that later. But he came out.
Yeah.
He did Dreams and Nightmares, bro.
Yeah.
He did I'm a Boss, bro. And the crowd,
I know.
They were stiff.
They weren't even there.
And
he might as well have been performing to no one.
When I saw them, it's like I saw the video that he put out after of him, like the highlights of, and I was like, bro, don't lie. Don't lie. They weren't jumping.
Yeah, no.
They weren't jumping. And it's a big shame, bro. But the worst thing about it is, and this is what we want to talk about, is like, are we getting old? Or is the younger gen just not appreciative of either, I don't even know if it's old music or just older artists?
I think it's a combination of a few things. The first thing is, we ain't spring chickens anymore. That's number one, obviously.
How do you say it like that, though?
Spring chickens.
Is that like a saying?
You never heard that before?
Not really.
You've heard that before, G. You ain't spring chicken anymore. Fam, what?
Who are you?
Bro,
you're trying to do too much.
I don't understand. Fam, somebody else fam, listen.
Man says spring chicken, you know.
When somebody says you're not a spring chicken anymore, it means you ain't young. But for me, it comes down to the audience, bro. Festivals are for young people. You understand what I'm saying to you? If Meek was to have performed what he performed for a different audience, it's shelling. He's going off. He's probably wheeling it 4 or 5 times. Yeah? When you're performing to however many thousand people were there, and the majority of them are young white people, it gets to a point where your audience is no longer represented at the time that you put those songs out. Because how old is Dreams and Nightmares?
10 years, maybe.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But do your research, kids.
No,
if you're gonna come to a flipping festival and you're seeing these artists are in big letters, come on, give them the respect they deserve. The first time he's in the UK performing at Wireless, and you're not jumping to Dreams and Nightmares.
I know, but for me, it was even more of a disrespect that people weren't jumping at Talking the Hardest.
Yeah, that's
a more disrespectful situation than the Meek situation.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it is.
I'm actually slapping people if Talking the Hardest. Are you mad, bro? Gigs better pop up in your thoughts as an artist, slap in your head.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Brother, when I saw him performing that, and people were not punching each other, because I can't lie to you, you have to start smashing things. When Talking to Artists comes on, you have to start smashing things.
Nah, word.
And there's just people standing there stiff, like they've never even heard the tune.
And even if you're 12, bro, you've heard that tune.
You have to. That's the national anthem, bro.
Yeah.
Not God Save the Queen, bro.
Yeah.
Talking the Hardest.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like people like Central C, when RD came out, bro.
But this is my point, though. The people who go to festivals are typically younger people, unless the audience is almost directed towards the genre. For example, Garage Nation, you're gonna have a more, not old, but the majority of the people who go to Garage Nation were people who grew up listening to garage, so are therefore gonna be older. When you have people like RD performing, Tion Wayne, Central C, they're gonna be younger people. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So regardless of whether people are not respecting the music of previous artists, Meek, Gigs, whoever else was performing that didn't get the reaction that we would have given, we're not necessarily the audience of festivals anymore, bro. That's just what it boils down to. And I know that it's kind of like, not sad to say, but when you're someone our age who grew up listening to certain things like grime, for example, you put on a grime tune at a festival, certain grime tunes, people wouldn't even know who performed it or who the artist is. If you put on P's and Q's at Wireless, 20% of the people will know that that's a Kano song. That's what I'm saying. You get me what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. You will never catch me at Wireless.
Really? Have you ever been?
No, I've never been Wireless.
Same. But I've really wanted to go though. But I feel like a big part of the festival vibe is knowing that everyone's gonna vibe with you to your favorite artist, innit? Yeah. So if they don't vibe with you, you almost feel disrespected. Like if I was there and people weren't jumping to dreams and that, bro, I could have left because I feel like that's a violation. The man's come and it's his first time. It's the first time he's been in the UK, bro.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that you're not just screaming. And when I almost lost it still. And then the fact that he cancelled the show after for whatever reason, without any explanation.
Yeah, he was ill.
But he was out here in Peckham with Giggs,
I know,
shooting videos saying he was ill, and then he was also out at Giggs' party drinking. It's like, bro, come on, because we deserve more than that as fans. Yeah,
I feel you.
He's probably the only artist in the world right now that I could like. Okay, I wasn't gonna say about this. Yeah, but if I saw him, I saw someone tweet, "Oh, I saw these men screaming when they saw Meek." Bro, I could potentially be, Meek.
No. I wouldn't be able to do this podcast with you if you was that kind of
what
guy.
do you mean?
No, that's mad. What do you mean I Meek? And he's just walking past you.
Like, I Meek,
no,
bro.
That gives me the ick.
No, I'll need to get his attention still. You're telling me Meek's walking past and I'm not going to be like, yo, Meek.
No,
Meek.
I do that.
Yeah, fam, you got fam. So he fixed that you're from Philly or something, bro. Cause I need to get man's attention, but nah, I feel like he needed to do better. I don't want to talk about his show too much, but that really upset me. And
I understand, and I know this is what I'm saying. At the top of this show, I was saying you're a proper Meek Mill fan, innit? So I can understand, which is why for me, watching Giggs do Talking the Hardest and the reaction that it didn't get, I promise you, I would have left as well.
Done. But do you know what it is with? I feel like there's a...
Wait, by the way, let me just quickly say that I said you will never catch me at Wireless. That's not true. If my favourite artist was performing there, I'm going there and I will enjoy it.
Who,
regardless of whether... Huh?
Who, Drake?
No.
Oh, Drake's not your favourite artist?
Don't do that.
I thought he was,
No, because you know what you're doing and you're not funny.
No,
right?
but oh my days.
Because he light skin, he's got a beard, he has to be my favourite artist. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that. So like I was saying...
Carry on.
If my favourite artist was performing at Wireless... then I'm going there and I am gonna enjoy it regardless of whether people are enjoying it or not. I don't care. I'm watching my favourite artist. But I'd be lying if I said it would irk me that people around me weren't jumping up and down and elbow. I want to be elbowed in the face.
Yeah. I want to feel that.
I want to. I need energy.
Yeah.
If I don't want my shoes to be intact when I get home. I don't want that. Stamp all over my foot. Yeah, jump up and down, like just get in. You understand what I'm saying to you, fam?
Yeah.
Boy, Wireless. There was a few things that happened just around that time that were just weird, bro.
Like what?
Drake's thing getting shot up.
Oh yeah.
I heard people online saying London's bad vibes and this is why people don't come to our country and X, Y, and Z. Fam, he was just trying to enjoy his night and it just gets shot up.
But where was it? Do you know what area it was?
Rosewood, Melrose something hotel. It was a hotel in London, innit? And he was at a hotel. He was holding a little after party thing. My boy was there actually, and
you didn't get the invite?
Nah, I wouldn't have gone anyway.
Why?
It's a school night. It's a school night. I can't. I've got work. Actually, now I'm capping, fam. If I got the invite, I would have gone.
100% going, and you might even put a heart.
But I would have screamed, "Oh, Drake!" Like you would have with Meek Mill. No, I wouldn't.
That's wear poor. Your Drake top that you have, and
what Drake top,
bro? Come on,
man said a Drake top.
Come on,
I don't own any OVO gear. Okay, but big up the owl.
But what we were saying though, like, I don't necessarily think London's bad vibes. I think, bro, in America, things get shot up all the time. Yeah. But it is interesting. It was interesting to see that. I don't know if necessarily if that had an impact on Meek's show getting cancelled and that, or other shows getting cancelled. But
I don't know. All I do know is that there was a Tiffany Calver event that happened shortly after that for her birthday, and there was a whole bag of security in there, boy. So I know that they probably off the back of the Drake thing saw that and thought, "There's no way we're having that situation happen to us." Put bare security in there. He was there actually again. Drake was there. You know the pictures that were circulating of him and Hedy and him and Bando K. Like that was at that event, innit?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But you know what? Another thing is, bro. Obviously, you were talking earlier about being inspired by the American culture. I'm seeing way more chains, watches, shiny, all of this stuff people are hungry in these streets, my dog.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Did you see Digger gave like his whole entourage a rollie?
Yeah.
What do you think of stuff like that?
I thought it was good. I thought it was nice. Like if they've been with him from the jump.
Yeah.
One thing that I can say, that the video didn't make me feel awkward, but it almost felt like, I don't want to read too much into it, but it almost felt like, actually I don't want to read too much into it, but one view that I had was, it looked like he felt he needed to.
What, in order to feed his wolves?
Yeah. Do you know that Meek said, if you're gonna be shining, the wolves are gonna, he said something along those lines, you're gonna have to feed the wolves, fam. Because the reality is, if you want them to be on what you're on,
I do hear it. I think part of any artist's come up is looking over their shoulder a little bit, because you've seen so many examples in the past of people who
got sucked by their people.
Yeah, and fam, the other day, what was it? Mowgli got his chain wrapped by his brethren.
Is it?
And like things like that almost make me think, fam, anybody who I'm coming up with, surely you're gonna be happy for anything that I'm doing. Yeah. It doesn't work like that all the time, bro. A lot of people, they just got evil eye in it. They're just looking at you sideways and thinking, well, why can't I be in his position?
But do you think that artists think like that as well?
100%. If I was an artist and I had people around me, if you was not my dog from the very jump, from the word go, I'm gonna have that opinion of you. You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's not to say that people are not genuine and real. They may well be. I'm just gonna take every precaution necessary to make sure you don't end up nyamming me, because that's what the wolves do.
What? Oh,
fam, stop
nah,
this.
bro,
Stop this. We're talking about wolves. It's a metaphor.
Yeah, I know, but you've said a
wolves
few mad things today. You've got me on edge, bro.
No. See, now you're taking it too far.
No, but you said a few mad things today, bro. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not going to mention what you said.
I haven't said anything mad.
Don't lie, because G was listening to the whole conversation.
And that's cool. She might have been listening. That's fine. I didn't say anything mad.
Okay, do you want me to repeat what you said?
If you're that kind of guy, then repeat it. Yeah? But I didn't say anything mad.
No, I do feel what you're saying, though, in terms of like, you got to feed them. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost, it's like you have to.
Bro, don't you feel it a little bit in what we're doing?
In what sense, though?
For example, inshallah, let's say me and you, we end up blowing. Yeah, our podcast is the biggest podcast in the UK.
Amen.
Don't you feel as if there will be certain people who we're around right now, and people who we might be around a couple months down the line, or were around before, who will look at us like, rah, what? These men are the biggest guys in the country right now. I need a slice of that pie. Now they're looking at us a bit differently. They're not actually happy for us. They're just sad that they got left out. For me, that's the difference between somebody who really is in your corner, who's happy for you regardless. Anything that you do, they're in your corner. Anything that you have on your plate, they're helping you add to it, regardless of their situation. But that's the reason why any clean-hearted person should want to bring the people that were with them in the mud out of the mud. Anyone would want to do that.
Yeah.
It just, I almost feel like people put an obligation on artists to do it.
Yeah. Even there was comments saying, like, normal, like, should have done this type of thing. And it's like, bro, this man's money, bro.
Got no obligation to do that.
Got no obligation to do anything.
For me, the only obligation anyone has to do with their money is look after your family. Yeah, your dogs are your dogs, innit? They was there when you had no money, so they shouldn't really feel like they shouldn't be there when you do. That's weird.
Yeah.
Me personally, I remember back in the day, Nines did a string of videos where the first one, he bought turkeys for his whole hood. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Bought turkeys for his whole hood on a Frank Lucas thing. Then he bought kicks for the youngers. I think they went JD or Foot Locker or something. Bought kicks for the youngers. Then he went and bought grills for the youngers. Yeah. Now, part of me thought, yeah, wicked. That's sick. What he's doing is cold. But as I got older, I realized he's just keeping everyone happy. Do you know what I mean? If you're spitting about a lifestyle where you're able to afford anything, when you're from the real bottom of the barrel, people will want a slice of your pie.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah? And people will begin to feel like, well, if you've got all of that, why are you not putting man on? It's the wrong mentality to have. But people will feel like that. Gotta feed the wolves.
by God's grace, innit? When I get there, like, bro, I'm feeding who I want to feed. You know what I mean? Like, there's people around that, like, you know what I mean? I just find that whole stuff interesting, it like. But I feel like artists, it's different because it's like you have to be a part. That once you're in that lifestyle, it's like you gotta feed the people around you to make sure that you've even got a circle around you.
Yeah.
But then I don't know.
Do you know what? There's also people out here. 50 Cent is one of these people who
Don't give a damn.
Huh?
He don't give a damn.
It's not that you don't give a damn. He wants to be the guy that's feeding everyone.
Mm.
I'm the main guy. Yeah? I'm the main guy. You only get fed because of me.
Mm.
There's also certain people like that. I don't like that kind of person.
Yeah.
Like, there should never be any kind of situation where you're making other people feel as if they're only in the position they're in because of you.
Mm.
Like, let's face it, one of my brethrens, yeah, cold artist, yeah, big up chef, cold artist.
He's an artist as well? Oh, actual
artist.
Oh, yeah, nah, he's crazy. Yeah? I was thinking, what, he raps as well as doing
does
art?
rap as well, bro.
Is it?
He's cold at everything.
He's one of them
He's one of the
man.
most talented guy I know. Yeah? He's just sick. He's sick at everything. But imagine I blow, yeah? It would be wrong of me not to shine a light on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100.
I would feel obligated. It's compulsory for me to do that.
But do you not feel like that now anyway?
No, 100%. But what I'm saying is I don't have a platform to put him on. But if I did, let's say I was Central C, and anything I do is paid high attention to, I'm promoting this thing every week.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people are just not built that way, but that's also fine. It's also fine not to be that way. It's not to say that I'd be that way, but it's also okay not to always constantly feel like you've got to put other people on. Yeah. Especially if you built everything yourself anyway. Nice. Everyone's different, man.
Is that side of being an artist is very interesting. But another thing I was gonna say in terms of the music, yeah, is because K-Trap said something recently about he did a podcast with Henry and Harry. I think what's it called? Weeby Talk or something.
Big up Henry and Harry.
They he said something about like 10% of being a rapper is your actual art. Everything else is the facade, the social media.
Without a doubt.
And it's like, he was like, when he took off his mask, people looked at him differently. When he puts his mask back on, it's like, oh wow, he's back. And it's like,
brother, there was a rapper this week who implanted gold chains in his head. That's what I'm saying to you. It's not about your craft. There's so many different components that go into marketing. RV's another one. When he was with Hedy and doing back and forths, and them two were basically like a unit, yeah. He had his mask on. When he took it off, different things.
Do you feel sorry for artists though in that extent? Like, because even like with the way the music, the sound of music right now, yeah, it's like I feel like once an artist knows that a certain sound works, they just go with it because their main aim is to just stay relevant, stay on trend. There's only a few artists that really, like Dave, like Little Sims, Huss, gets all the, I'd say the senior, but I say the crop now, like this generation, once they know a sound is working, it's like you'll hear them on that sound constant. Russ, for example, he's good at what he does. Do you know what I mean? So he's like, I'm just going to keep doing this sound and it's going to keep on doing me views. But do you almost feel like that's a problem with the music scene like today?
No. I don't think it's a problem.
You think it's all right?
Bro, everyone's sound is their sound, isn't it? You mentioned Gets, yeah? That guy's one of my favourite artists of all time. He's been one of the people who has adapted so well to... He said something once which was weird. He said, if I was coming out now, I wouldn't have made it. Because you need street cred, you need this, you need that in order to have made it. First of all, Gets had street cred, cool. But it's true, part of what he is saying. Because your actual craft is not rated as much as your image. So, for example, would M. Huncho would he have got as big as he is if he didn't have the gimmick of wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. And that says everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not to say his music's not cold.
Because he's hard.
No, that's just the society we live in, isn't it?
Trap said something similar to that. Like, I want to diversify the music that he's making, but they don't want that. So I'm gonna give you he said I'm gonna give you the was that you want. It was something along those lines, and I was like, raw, like you're being that real with it, like, and it's that real. Like, if they want a certain sound as an artist, you gotta just feed. Like, imagine we were doing this pod and all they just wanted us to talk about was like crisps or something stupid,
bro.
Would you be able to do that, bro?
But this is the thing, right? I hear it and I hear it. I don't feel sorry for the people. I don't feel sorry for K-Trap. I know we're running out of time, but if you want to leave it on something, you make your bed, then you have to lie in it. If we started this podcast only talking about crisps, and then we wanted to go and talk about problems within the black community, I would understand why people wouldn't want to hear about problems in the black community. The audience that you garnered is an audience that wants to hear about crisps.
But you're an artist, though. You should be allowed to express yourself through your art.
And you can. Go build a new audience. Go build a new audience. If you want to talk about something else, then do it. Do it consistently, and you'll begin to build a new audience. It's just the audience you already have won't want to hear about what you're talking about. That's the bed you made. Lie in the bed.
That's interesting, man. I don't know, though. I don't know.
I feel sorry for them because it's not nice to be shackled to anything. I understand.
But you're actually working with people like you. They must see people like Dave, Huss, Stormzy. Man, Stormzy sings now, bro.
I hear it.
He sings and he's allowed to.
But he diversified early on in his come up.
Yeah.
Early. If you're going to talk about Chap in a bando consistently, people want to hear about bando talks. Yeah, man. This was a good convo, fam.
Yeah, you got a little bit deeper than need be still.
No, not need be.
Maybe you need to wear that hat more often with the saint on it and that. Maybe maybe it is your calling, bro.
We saying saint by name, saint by name.
Maybe it is your calling, brother. Bro. It might just be. Might just be.
Sometimes I like to just school people on things, and sometimes when I'm talking to people like you, I like to be able to.
This is what I mean.
Feed you with some knowledge.
There was no need
to feed you with some knowledge
about anything. We were having a simple conversation. You dropped some nice gems that I appreciated at the time. Didn't read. I could have said that it was bollocks, but I said, you know what?
Because you agreed, and it was actually not bollocks. It was profound.
Okay, just stop with all that stuff now. The act is over. The act is over. Yeah, I'm not hearing all of this.
Shut up, man. OTR. We're locked in every single Sunday, by the way. Did we tell them last week? Every Sunday. Yeah, every Sunday. Already. So make sure you lock into each and every one. Turn the notification bell on. Subscribe, like, comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And we'll see you again next week. You know what I'm saying?
Peace out, people.